EQUIFEST 2023. Woo! Good morning, guys. It is EQUIFEST day and it is also 5:30 in the morning. Can you even see her? No. Right, I have emptied all of the stuff so that Madam can get in. I'm just going to make sure that nothing has fallen down whilst I've turned the trailer around, because that is a good test. It's a good test to see if everything is packed okay. So the only thing I need is my stable water bucket, and to remind myself, I will put that there, because then I will know that that is not that. That needs to go in the front because that is all my car passes. Packed all my coats last night. So, oh yeah, and the table. And then I forgot the table. So yeah, I think we're good to go. Which means I have just got to get her suited and booted and then we can hit the road. So yeah, that's not too bad. I have recently had really bad skin. And the annoying thing is, when I go to EQUIFEST, the lifestyle and diet does not agree with my skin anyway. But the reason I'm having this flare up is because I am due on Friday when we are away. So I'm going to come back on Sunday looking like an absolute spotty mess. But yeah, she's now in the back of a stable having an excitement poo, so that's fun. I'll catch you there. I've arrived. I've got her out for a leg stretch, bless her heart, and some grass. We need to work out where everything is because, of course, we've never camped on this side of Arena UK before. There's basically a hedge over here, and then that's the part of Arena UK that we all know. So we don't know where the toilets are, we don't know where the stables are. Tia has taken Whisper off to try and find the stables. I am manning camp at the minute. And then, yeah, it's just going to be a case of getting them put in their stables, probably with just a water bucket so they can eat the grass down. And then we'll get camp set up. She has just finished a season, so she's still got what I call the season squits, where she gets a little bit of a runny bum during her season time. So her tail is all like wrapped up, but my trailer has 2 very sloppy poos in it, so I need to clean it out because it will be where I store all of her hay. So yeah, the first half an hour of arriving at these stairways is a little bit like, go, because you're just trying to work everything out. But yeah, so I will catch up with you in a bit. Putting up a big gazebo in the wind is not ideal. Oh, Tia, you've not actually said hi to the vlog.
Oh, sorry. Reviews are coming out.
This is Tia and Tia's beautiful mummy.
Right, you ready? I can go.
Looks good though. At least I'll get some light if it's evening performance. And Nelly. Clever like that. That's so cute. Hello. So you've been left with some water. We've had a poo. And I have been letting her eat her stable down, haven't I? Because you might as well eat all that grass before we put the bed down. And bring your nighttime hay net over. And Whisper's next door. Hello, Wispy. You're next door, aren't you? Unfortunately, it's the doors with the grates. We brought you back for a bit, haven't you? But a nice walk. Whisper's being lunged, so I thought she can come and chill at camp to get her out that stable for as long as possible. Camp tour! I've got my rugs and all my hay in here with my feed bowl and things. But then look, little Bambino, she's under her gazebo. We've got some windbreaks to just keep it a little bit nicer. All of like a few outdoor bits. Duck underneath. And then we obviously have the trailer. with the air fryer and a fridge, amazing, kettle, and a toasty maker. So the fridge is all set up. One of my top tips is chain your trailer to your car, because we've been at a stayaway before where someone came out from an evening performance and she was in tears, and that is because the trailer got taken off the back of her car and stolen. So yeah, never doing that. Anyway, look, you got puppy dogs. All of our food is on there, and then like Tia's feed. There's Tia. Woo, I'm doing camp tour. And then we have our chairs and tables, and we got fairy lights, and then Whisper. Hello. You in the camp tour? Your trailer is like. Is your mum in there?
Pardon?
Is your mum in there?
No, she's doing the stable for me.
Ooh. Look at Tia's camp. What? That is so swanky. So swanky. I can't believe how much stuff is in your car.
I know.
But yeah. And then it's back to Debs, squashed under her gazebo. We have to get you out of your stable concoction because your door doesn't work. Hello. Oh, I need to skip you out as well. Let me put it in. There you go. Have your din-dins. And I'll get you skipped out. Who's carrying your haylage because you're a princess? Or is that going to fall down?
This is top friend of the year.
We have paid for it. I'm not stealing it.
Stolen! Delivery!
Night night. Night night. Bye bye. I know I hate that you're in this like grid, but my very good safe stable concoction. You have hay. I've just given you haylage. You're okay. You're okay. I feel like you're in prison. Night night. Good morning. We got some haylage left, but I think it's that stuff she doesn't really like. We've had the squits. Still got seasoned squits, haven't we? Squitty bum. Are you warm? Oh, you're perfectly toasty. And dry, they haven't leaked. I was worried the stables would leak a little bit. Right, get you mugged out. Good morning. Sorry, I am on my phone because I have come out to give Madam a little leg stretch and I forgot my camera. So we are just, there's a massive field. So we're just out for a little leg stretch this morning. I've been good, had a cup of tea, but never to the show office because I wanted just to make sure that she can actually in fact do the novice cob class. She's never done a cob class before. So she's allowed, but of course she's won other classes. So I just went in and said, look, you know, she's won other things, but she's never done a cob class. And they were like, no, you need to put her in the novice cob. So yeah, glad that is classified. Is that the right word? I'm glad that is sorted. So yeah, just out for a leg stretch. I'm gonna help Tia get ready this morning. She's got a bit of a bad back, but she's been to the physio. They've okayed her to ride, but I've been mucking out for her, and I'm just gonna help her scrub his legs. And then I've got to come back at midday to get her ready. Hey? Oh, what a morning. I helped Tia get ready, and then my friend Bex is here, but she's been really poorly, she's got food poisoning, and she's on her own. So I got Tia ready and on and in the ring, and then I ran over to Bex and got Bex ready and like in hand and ready to go and got her by her ring. Then I went back to watch Tia and they were stripping Tia's class, so I ran back to Bex's, grabbed her spare hat, ran back to Tia, stripped for Tia, ran back to Bex, put the hat back, helped her again, and now I finally had to escape because it is midday. I needed a drink because I'm thirsty. And I now have to get myself ready for my class. And I hope someone can help me. To be fair, Bex has said that she's totally free this afternoon, so she's going to meet me there, which is good. I don't need to do much. I don't need to plait. I just need to wash her tail a little bit and make her all shiny and put some makeup on. So yeah, let's get going. So guys, in giving my camera to other people, it's not any fault of their own, but the setting got changed, and occasionally throughout this video some of my footage was filmed in slow-mo, so I've had to speed it up and do a voiceover, but got ready for the cob class. I actually got her down there and she was wired. So I got some more karma into her and then got into the warm-up arena, and she warmed up really, really well. Now, the cob class, I will point out that whilst this has been sped up, it's probably a little bit less than normal speed, but when I was physically in the ring, I did not realise how slow cobs walked. So that was one learning curve in the cob class for us. So yeah, like I said, she warmed up really, really well and went into the class really, really well. I was getting some good, decent trot out of her. She was really, really mannered, not towing my arms out, being behind the others. There was a lot of us in the ring, which is normally what kind of like gets her going and gets her hyped up. So actually, on the whole, I was just buzzing. Like, it was so lovely being in the ring and actually like really enjoying myself. Again, cantering round, she was just so well behaved. I had horses overtaking me everywhere, and these guys clatter the floor. Like, it is loud when they come cantering past. So now you can kind of see that actually Dublin does stand out quite a bit. She's not as chunky as the others. She's probably a little bit below a lightweight cob, but EQUIFEST just doesn't have a lot for us to do. So anyway, got provisionally pulled in with no really real place. She pulled in top 10, then slotted the rest of us on the end. So when I came out to do my individual, all I wanted was for her to just go foot perfect. A few in the top 10 hadn't done so. There'd been quite a few mistakes. So I just thought, you know what, if I can get this sort of perfect in terms of what she's asking, because it was a set show, I might have a chance. So like all judging, they will have a good look at you while you stand still, explain what they want. She didn't actually want a set show, but she wanted walk, trot, canter on both reins and an extension. So I walked away, picked up trot in the corner. She was a little bit argumentative in terms of she thought we were going to canter. So in terms of like me telling her, no, we're not, she gets a little bit iffy with her head. And I'm becoming really aware of this because it could actually kind of make her look a little bit lame. So I need to be careful in that when she's doing that, not to argue back with her and highlight all that head movement. So I trotted across the diagonal, picked up canter in my corner, and I was really, really pleased with the transition. And then I said, right, I'm going to come across the diagonal, but I'm going to canter around my corner because otherwise she can kind of collapse in a heap in the corner when I come back to trot. Show a few strides of trot across the diagonal, and then pick up canter again. And again, I quite liked the transition. Not her best because it's her stiffer rein. And then our gallop wasn't amazing, but there we go. I was just really, really pleased because she did everything I asked her and got her right canter leads. Quite a few of the others had done really, really lovely shows, but picked up wrong canter leads or not been able to stop after their gallops and stuff. And all that sort of stuff should be taken into account. So yeah, and then I think I got a nice square hold. Yay! Anyway, unfortunately, the judge did decide that the provisional lineup top 10 were the ones that she was keeping. I'm not saying I should have won, but the ones that like went wrong, it would be quite nice if they did move down a little bit, even if they kind of stay within the same top 10. But like, it's nice if mistakes are penalised. However, Dublin was foot perfect. The woman next to me was actually a judge for veterans, and she said that Dublin was a lovely, lovely stamp of a horse. So that made me happy. But yeah, good first warm-up class. Oh, baby girl. I've tied her hay nut up at the back because the rain is coming through the grill, which is not great, and she hated it on her head. So I tied your knit up at the back. Still got some on the floor. And I will come back and do night checks and top you up if we need to, hey? Always a good girl, but yeah, the rain is here. It rained last night, but it is now raining now. It's 8:30, so yuck. So there was no evening performances on the Wednesday. We just had dinner, which was jacket potatoes, and then we cleaned our tack. And then it was quickly the morning again. Dublin slept rather well and didn't finish all of her haylage, but she's not that keen on the bale I bought. This was Thursday morning, by the way, about 6:30 in the morning. Both Tia and I had classes where we were on at like 8 o'clock. Luckily, our rings were opposite each other, so I just got Dublin ready back at the trailer. The sun came out, so it was quite nice. Got her all shiny. She was going to be in hand, so I absolutely smothered her in shine spray, which was really, really good fun actually, because she's clipped now, so it does look really, really good. Got all of her stuff ready and took her down to the ring, and oh, look at her, she's so beautiful. So yeah, my first class was in-hand veterans, and I was in the 20 to 24 age group, with Dublin being 15. And for in-hand, they just walk you around as a group, and then you will basically do what is effectively a trot to the rear of the ride. But just before you reach the end, halt and salute to your judge. Now, Dublin never looks amazing in hand. She always kind of stretches her body out, which, yeah, doesn't make her look the best, but I just wanted to get her forward and get a good square halt and a salute. And then once everyone's done that, you'll come out to your judge individually. She was asking lots of questions about what Dublin had done. They take into consideration your horse's history, so it's a good thing to actually have a good chat with your judge and tell them as much as you can, and then let them have a good walk round. When they get to the front of your horse, do remember to stand out of the way so they can see those front legs, and then the judge will normally ask you what they want. Now, with a veteran, it is quite common for them to want you to trot a figure of 8. Oh my god, it's knackering. So I walked away for as much as I could. Got to the corner and then I asked her for trot, but I was not going to trot for any longer than I needed to because I just do not have the energy. Anyway, came across the diagonal. This is where I slowly started to die. And then round the next bend. Now, of course, they do this to make sure that, like, you know, there's sound on a circle and stuff and they're not falling out. So it is quite difficult. And then she wanted everyone to stop by the time you got to that white sign there on the left-hand side of the screen, which is what we did. Now, a few people, and particularly actually the winner, got tanked off with and did not stop at the white sign. And lots of people kind of didn't stop where they were supposed to because this was a set show. So it was another case of, it's quite a shame that those sort of things were ignored, especially when most of the class made an effort to get it right. But I was absolutely over the moon with Dublin. She was 5th in the end, which was a shame, but hey, you know, I didn't get to see any confirmation marks. I am not a confirmation judge, so, you know, I cannot complain. Anyway, Dub's been back into her stable for a few hours to chill, because then we had our next class to get ready for.
Ready for this?
I'm actually quite nervous.
Are you feeling positive?
My nerve spray is drying on my arms. That tells you everything you need to know.
Ready for the ridden veteran horse.
I just want it to be fair. Hopefully. Sugar fixed. Thing is, now I might feel sick. How can I tow that but I can't push this?
A basket of pros.
You're probably going to have to do that again for me, but being helpful. I've had that pot years. Spit wash, isn't it? Whee! Okay, here we go, round 2, second ridden class. This was the ridden veteran horse. So I'm currently just in the warm-up. The class was actually in the new indoor, which is like next door to here. But the class was veterans of any age, but it was split between horse and pony. So I was in veteran horse, obviously. But there were anything from 15 to, 15 and above. Again, she warmed up like a dream. I'm just so over the moon with like the lessons we've been having and the difference it's made. So yeah.
Concentration face.
The class was actually huge, so I did just pop in and watch the end of the last class just to kind of get an idea of how they were running these type of classes in this indoor. But they had us all walk and trot around as a group, which was a little bit carnage, but okay, because the problem is when you get all these different types, everyone's like different speeds, and the arena had been cut off for like a collecting ring side. So yeah, it was not easy. I was actually really shocked when she asked everybody to canter as a group. I just kind of took the inside track because I didn't want to get blocked in by other people. It was mildly terrifying at the same time as trying to not look like you were pooing yourself. You obviously have to look like you are full of grace and elegance and that everything is super easy so that your judge thinks that your horse is perfect. So they just, yeah, they had us all cantering around together, which was slightly crazy. Trotted and changed the rein. Everyone was very sensible and waited until everyone had changed the rein before they went back up into canter. But we did end up going back up into canter, and this time it was not as hectic. I did manage to get myself into a bit of a bigger gap. This is her slightly stiffer rein, but she actually felt really nice. So yeah, I was just really pleased. I'm still like, I wasn't getting the results that we would normally get at this show, but I just remember being really happy. I was actually then first to go into my individual, but unfortunately T didn't film it. I don't know what happened. But everyone's new to using my camera. It's not the easiest thing. Unfortunately, we were not picked. There was a couple of horses that weren't following the rules, and that didn't do the set show, but I can't lie. That one has left me a little bit deflated and annoyed. No, she wasn't the best. She wasn't as good as she went in her cob class, but she went nicely. We had all the stuff, like, the right stuff on, followed the rules, I mean. No, I'm not saying it because I think she should win. She shouldn't have won that, but she should have been somewhere in the top 10. Not the top 5, but definitely somewhere in the top 10. There were some horses that didn't go as nicely, which is not me being nasty, they just didn't go as nicely. Yeah, so it's frustrating, but equally, it's weird. I've never placed over a 4th at EQUIFEST. EQUIFEST just doesn't seem to like my horse, so yeah, it is what it is. And it's even worse when you come out the ring and everyone's like, oh, that's not fair, you should have got placed, and you're like, okay, thanks. Like, making me feel worse. So yeah, I'm gutted for her. She was really good. And I've said in my voiceover she felt quite on edge, but even so, she kind of went nicer than some of the others. So it's frustrating. We're just not having a very good show, are we? But again, I have to keep reminding myself that we don't seem to ever have a very good show at EQUIFEST. It is just what it is. Tomorrow I've got home produced veteran. So I'm hoping we get a little bit better in that maybe. That would be quite nice. It would be nice just to have a top 10 placing. Ridden. Because both of her ridden classes so far we have not been placed at all. So yeah, a bit deflated. I'm gonna give her lots of snuggles and cuddles, and I'm gonna go and get a shower. I've actually finally got time to go and have a shower before I go and help Bex, and Bex is in the M&M Concours and an in-hand class, so I will try and remember to take my camera and show you some of that. So yes, I'm gonna get a drink, gonna get Bean put away. Look at her. Hey Bean. She says, I had fun, I enjoyed it. And that's the main thing, isn't it? You're enjoying yourself, you like being away, and you like getting all the extra attention that comes with being looked on and fed 4 or 5 times a day. She's just ganneted some water. I've got to go and get you some more. There's some in your stable, but yeah, that arena was boiling hot, which didn't help. So yes, no. I'm gonna go and get rid of my dinner lady hair look, have a shower. Mwah. I'll see you in a bit. So
So that's the beautiful Bex in her gold dress and her friend Debbie. How Bex had food poisoning and still managed to look and ride as well as she did is insane. Anyway, I helped these guys get ready. That is the collecting ring for the indoor, and then when they were done we got to go and watch.
Oh, don't be stop. Hey. I don't even know when I last spoke to you. I have been filming everyone else's classes on their phone. I have no idea what I have filmed. But yeah, Thursday is done. It's been deflating, but I cheered myself up by helping my friends. Bex was second in the Concours. And then we watched the rest of the evening performance, and my voice is going. But I am in my pyjamas and I am going to go to bed. It is 11:03 and I need to be on Dublin, pristinely clean and ready at 7:30. So I'm going to bed. Good morning. I'm on my phone because my camera is loaded in my basket. My alarm went off at 6 o'clock and I just could not wake up, so I fed and brought Devon back to the trailer and I was like a zombie. But I am dressed, I'm ready to go for our riding club horse. Morning, Dad. Today's gonna film, so let's go to the ring. Oh, it's so unfortunate, but this was another case of the camera getting switched into slow-mo mode. Basically, the on and off button and the button to switch modes are right next to each other. And I think if you don't realise, it's very easy to press it, and of course I forgot to show anybody the sort of like symbol to look for. Anyway, this is the Open Riding Club horse. I entered this as just like a little bit of a fun class for Dublin to do, because I've said before there's not a lot for Dublin to do at EQUIFEST, so I just have to slot her in where I can. But this is just a class that's judged on suitability to basically be a bit of an all-rounder pony club riding club horse. The ground was horrible, but it wasn't terrible. I was still quite happy to take her in this, being like a hunter type. This kind of ground she can eat up. She actually did really, really well. It was a case of not pushing for too much because I didn't want her to slip, but I still got quite a good ride out of her. I even got my canter transition on the straight line, which I have been practicing in my lessons, so I was really, really pleased with that actually. So yeah, just a standard walk, trot, canter go round. And then it was time to come out in front of our judge. Now, normally I'll ask if you're part of a riding club, but actually she just wanted to know how old Dublin was and sent us on our way. It wasn't a set show, so I had free rein to do as we please, which was quite nice because the ground wasn't the best. So when you have a show you can make up as you go along effectively, it's quite good, because if there's a mistake or if there's one particular corner that's quite slippy, you can sort of choose to either stay and trot. My little show that we're doing here is one that I have in my head. I always do this as my open show. Canter transition wasn't the best, but the ground was horrendous. You can sort of just see Dublin being a little bit cautious, which is why my diagonal was more of a half circle, just so I could get a better corner to pick up canter and not be doing it so tightly at the top corner. I did not show an extension. I decided to show her as a veteran, which do not have the extensions, because I just didn't want to basically extend her on that grass. So it was a nice, short, sweet show and a nice square halt to finish. The judge then actually kept her provisional lineup as the final lineup, which meant we were second, and I was really over the moon because yeah, she deserved that. There was a couple further down the line that I think should have been moved up, but hey, that seems to be the theme of the show. But yeah, Dublin's favourite part now, lap of honour. And check this out, this was me trying to explain that she won £10, and I had previously just said I needed to buy her some more haylage, and the haylage bales are £10, so she's basically earned her own keep. massage pad for my clever bean. Oh, he's a good girl. He's a good girl. Yeah, I'm gonna give him a massage. Hiding from the rain. It keeps trying to rain. And camp is minging. It has got very, very wet. Wave! No one's really awake yet.
My dress.
This is what we're gonna deal with now. Ow, my hat. Ugh, yuck. Absolutely filthy. She's even managed to get it. She's disgusting. Ew. We need to wash you. How's it on your armpit? Hey? We need to find somewhere to wash you. You enjoying your massage? Yes, I'm enjoying my massage. I'm enjoying my massage. Can you hear that? That is such bad rain. I don't know if you can hear me, but I was washing Dublin. I managed to get most of the mud off. But I think I'm going to have to just give it another go later on. It's not ideal. I'm on for Concours, not till later on, so it's okay. I've got time to clean her. Oh, is it stopping? Is it stopping? Oh my god, we just keep getting really quick, huge downpours. But yeah, I managed to get her a bit clean. I'm just sort of tidying everything up. I've ordered some more shavings and haylage for her because the ground being so wet, I've needed to put some more shavings in. But now I have got a really big gap. So Tia's doing like an eventing challenge. So I'm gonna watch a bit of that. I will try and remember to film a little bit of it. And basically we'll see you in a bit. So this is Tia's beautiful 18-2 Whisper. You'll have met him if you've watched any of our farm ride vlogs, but he is one itchy boy. He loves a good scratch, but I have to stand on the steps to be able to reach. Anyway, Tia had him in sort of like these Eventers challenges and working hunter classes. I managed to get a bit of footage. I thought I'd keep it in. Bearing in mind Tia's back was sore, she jumped like an absolute champ. So it was lovely to go and help them. Hello again. I'm really sorry. The weather has been so bad that there was no way I was getting my camera out. I've also lost the charger to charge it, so I don't want the battery running out before Concours. However, the weather is that bad that I'm pretty sure I'm going to withdraw from my home produced veteran class tomorrow because it's on grass and I just cannot expect her to ride in these conditions. It's terrible. So we are going to get ready for Concours, and I really hope I make top 10. It's not judged by the proper Concours judge, so it really is just a free-for-all. We have no idea, but the evening performance atmosphere is huge and I know she'd love it, so I do really hope for her sake that she gets through, but keep your fingers crossed.
Hi guys! Haha! I've stolen Katie's camera. She is en route for her Concours riding class. We are wading through absolute cataclysmic mud. It's alright though, we've got this, haven't we, Kate?
I'm totally freaking out, I just don't want to get muddy.
She's trying to desperately stay clean, but it's fine because I come equipped. I'm an actual pro now at turnout. Total pro.
So yeah, totally forgot to do an introduction. That Charlie popped up. She was working on the Premier Performance stand on the Saturday, so came and helped me on the Friday night for the Concours, my favourite class. And pretty much the only reason I come to EQUIFEST because evening performances at EQUIFEST are the best. So any chance to get into them, I am there. Again, Dublin warmed up like an absolute dream. I always canter her in the warm-up because I get a better trot afterwards, which obviously in the Concours classes is pretty much the only thing you'll be able to do. So, and do you know what, it's quite nice just to enjoy her. Lots of other horses in the ring, it just gets that buzziness out of her and just gets her, you know, ready to go in the main ring.
There she is. Smile, woman. Stop grimacing.
I'm just thinking about how they're going to get us all in.
Not smiling here.
Smile, Tia. You're having a lovely time, remember?
Love it.
The concourse class is definitely the biggest, and they basically got us one by one to trot in front of the judge. Unfortunately, Dublin tried to jump a little bit of poo and then tried cantering, and I told her not to, and then we were kind of arguing. And then in this video, it doesn't look good because it kind of looks like she's like, well, she looks a bit lame, but I promise you she's not. But yeah, I know exactly what it was. I was arguing with her. Anyway, we were in fact called top 10, so I was over the moon.
Go through again now.
Bloody showing people.
Again now. I like it when she does the eventing because she goes off, does a dressage, then she does a show jumping, then eventing, and then that's it, home. All set time.
See, I like my dressage. I go down the centre line twice and I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that Charlie's not going to start showing anytime soon. Anyway, they brought us into this little holding pen, and we just sort of walk around, make sure where all the right people are there, getting them warmed up, getting them used to the atmosphere, because this is where you start to hear the noise.
You're right.
So yeah, we all walk and trot around as a group. I've tried to keep the original sound in to show you just how loud and insane it is. You wait until you hear the bongo songs, Lap is on a song. That is pretty much the best song ever, and it's the only reason anyone wants to get into the evening performance. Anyway, once we have trotted around, we all line up. The judges have in fact already done their placings. They've done that in the provisional pre-judging bit. This is just almost like a presentation. So unless your horse is incredibly naughty and you get moved down, then they do already know your placings. So you can just go in and enjoy yourself. And that is exactly what we did. I shall leave you to just enjoy the raw footage.
They usually write a little story about where they got their costumes from and what they have had them made to resemble costumes of years gone by. This is wrong. This is wrong. World dancer. 5, 2, 4.
Finally, a night to celebrate! Tia also absolutely smashed tonight. Don't have any footage to show you, but she did really well. Anyway,
She is in some of the footage.
take a drink and go to bed.
Guys, it is 12:30.
we were just getting ready for bed, and we're like right on the other side of the car park, but you can sort of see the stables, and I just suddenly heard Dublin whinny, and I was like, that was Dublin. And it happened again. I was like, that's definitely Dublin. And like Charlie's getting into bed, and she was like, well, I'm gonna go check on her. So I got over here, opened the door, and she indicated to me that her water bucket had emptied. She drank the whole thing, and she's devoured her hay net, which is her own fault because she's got it. But she was literally like, Mum, I know you're awake, so come and sort me out. So, are you happy now? I'm going to bed. Right, so good morning, and I apologise now, I am back on my phone, but I quite simply am not getting my camera out in this. I think I said yesterday I was pulling her out of her veterans, the home produced veterans, because it was on grass. Not only is the grass really bad, but there's only so much cleaning I can do, and I think she's just a little bit aggravated by the mud. So yeah, we don't have any classes this morning. I am going to take her for the quickest walk. I'm being dripped on in my stable as well, which is not ideal. I'm going to take her for the quickest walk just to stretch her legs. Dublin's having a duvet day, and then I am doing the traditional Concours tonight at 5:30. I'm hoping the rain stops. It's due to stop a bit later on, but we will see because the prejudging is outside, but it's on surface. But I really like being pristinely clean. I'm getting dripped on so badly. Anyway, I'm just a bit gutted for her. I'm a bit gutted because we've had a great time, but the mud and rain has made it hard work. But you can't control the British weather, can you? It's traditional Concours time. I've got all my makeup on, my hat, but I'm not dressed. Everything is here. Saddle is on, and basically I'm going to walk her over to the indoor. They've moved the prejudging to the indoor, and there's a hose on the way. So basically I'm just taking everything to the indoor. I'm going to get changed in the indoor, hose her off and polish her all in there. I've been cleaning tack all afternoon. So yeah, I blimmin' hope this is worth it. The only saving grace is that if we don't get through, it's an early prejudging, so we will be in and we'll be able to watch the entire thing, which is nice. If we do get through, then it's 7 o'clock, so we'll still get back in there to watch by like 8 o'clock by the time we've sorted her out. So fingers crossed though.
Okay, here we go, traditional Concours, and I love having the same classes as Tia. I just really love having to, like, I don't know, it's just nice to go in the ring together. It's just quite special. Anyway, the traditional Concours is a little bit like a tack and turnout class, but your elegance is kind of taken into account. So like a normal show, they walk and trotted us around. Again, I was just really pleased with how Dublin was going. She was just feeling so good all week that I couldn't really ask for much more. And then the judges just had us kind of queue at the back and walk and trot in front of them, and then just halt and give a small salute, which was quite nice. At least they got to see us all individually. And then Tia and I both got called forward for the top 10. Which then of course means another evening performance, and oh my god, we were buzzing. So we all came trotting in, and I am just going to let you enjoy this one again.
Well, we had a terrific amount of Concours classes this week, all the costumes. And it's very nice to see the traditional ones now.
Just to clarify, I cut in front of Tia and Whisper there because Whisper was napping if he couldn't see Dublin, and they were coming towards the exit, and I didn't really want her to be taking a swift exit out of the main door, so I just popped back in front of her because she overtook me in the bottom corner when she didn't really want to. So yeah, that's why.
So, just waiting for them all to get into line. It is probably, as I always say, any of these speciality classes are course and emperor and experience. Fourth, Champion Chancer, Amy Brown.
No, just be naughty.
Third place, no problemo, Courtney Colbeck, number 1125. That leaves 2 of you, no pressure. Runner-up, Katie Lewis, Dublin last. So the winner, Georgie Lewis-Roberts and Fulford Mickey. Here we go now, but there's our winner of the traditional clothing, Concours d'Elegance, Georgie Lewis-Roberts, Fulford Mickey.
So basically, I need to do the quickest explanation, but basically out of the entire showground of competitors, EQUIFEST chose 4 riders, to which I was one of them, to represent basically their new award of suitably mounted. This is like a welfare thing about the 20% rider weight rule, and just about how riders are suitable and, like, you know, good all-round fit, suitably mounted riders to their horses. And this was the presentation.
As they stood close to our welfare team. Now this is an initiative that we're very keen to promote within equestrianism, not just this show, the whole equestrianism. And looking at the notes for the horses, the ponies, in fit, healthy condition, teamed with a very empathetic rider, resulting in harmonious relationships. And these are the 4 people that Amanda has picked up. We've got Georgie Lewis-Roberts, Georgie's riding Fulford Mickey, Jessica Lyle is riding Duchess, Katie Lewis is Dublin Lass, and Jessica Page Davis riding Blue. So they've been around today looking at various great comfort back yesterday as well on this new welfare award. Well done to Jessica Page Davis and Blue. Give her a round of applause, everybody. Well done. So she is our overall winner of the award. We're to have the thousands of people here in the showground and all parts of this absolutely amazing. Then we've got Georgie Lewis-Roberts with Fulford Mickey. Just trying to find parents everywhere, so where's Georgie's brother? Oh, she's there, right.
There you go, well done.
Thank you.
She's over there, mother's over this side. So thank you. Keep up the good work as well. So there we are, our winner of the award. First award here at EQUIFEST. Well done, Jessica Page Davis and Blue. Katie Lewis, Dublin Lass, Georgie Lewis-Roberts, Fulford Mickey, Jessica Lyle, Duchess.
yeah, my clever bean won a little trophy. It's a little glass trophy that just says EQUIFEST 2023 Suitably Mounted Award. And here is a little slow-mo of us outside just trying to get some pictures. But I was over the moon that she got to go in again. So yeah, got her some dinner and we grabbed some drinks and everything, and then we headed on back into the evening performance. They had the Shetland Grand National, which was hilarious because I haven't seen that at EQUIFEST ever before. And then of course it was the Saturday Night's Supreme. So this is like the champion of champions. So this is all the horses that won their classes throughout the night, and then basically they'll take their reserve, their reserve, and their champion. And it's really good to watch because you get so many lovely horses. Like, we were obsessed with this Frisian. Look at him glide. Just, oh my god, put that in my trailer. That's just stunning. But yeah, lovely night with the girls. But tomorrow was a new day and a new load of mud. This was like, we were just debating how on earth we were going to get home. Spoiler, I got towed. This was the state of my trailer. The mud was thick. It was not good. But yes, I also did not film an outro. Well, I did, but it's totally in slow-mo. So basically, to sum it up, we had the best week despite the rain, and actually already looking forward to going back next year. So here is Dubs out in her field, and we guys will see you next time.